All right, so today we're just going to hit on the daily log. Um, this tool in Procore is a combination of keeping track of the goings on day to day on the job site, as well as a kind of double check tool for the accounting team to kind of look back and create some reports or the PMs to look for trends and information. So today we're going to go over what the daily log is for, how to manipulate it, and kind of some interesting things you can do with it. Just before I go any further, you all can hear me, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I sound like robot or anything, Paige, or does it sound good for audio?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. All right. So on the landing page of your project here at Procore, the daily log is going to be underneath your project tools. It's in your project management suite here, daily log. As it's a daily log, you might want to just go ahead and save it to your favorites. This will also look a little bit different on the app or the iPad or the iPhone application for it. So I'll show you how that looks when we get to that point. Let me just add myself to the Teams chat here so I can share my screen at that point. Perfect. Okay, so if we click on the daily log here, it's going to bring us to our the daily log tool itself, along with all the categories associated with it. This log can be overly comprehensive if you want, or very basic. We are still in the formulation stage of what is going to be the general accepted, need day-to-day type of stuff. So this may change for the way it looks, but generally this is more or less the items that you would need to fill out on your daily basis. So a little bit of housekeeping here at the top. Depending on your admin level status, you have some configuration settings to change the outlook or the look of this. You have your list, which shows your individual categories. You have the calendar, which shows the calendar of all your daily logs and what days they are, and along with any change history of what has changed in the logs, so that we can kind of go look back if something is messed up. Generally, to create a log, all you have to do is just open it on the day that you're working and expand, and then pretty much drag and drop and choose options and select them all. More or less, we have manpower at the beginning. Generally, because this is set up for a GC type of look, this looks more towards a general overall construction setting. However, for the subcontractor, we don't have to fill up nearly as much information, generally because it's only for our own purposes. So for the manpower, it's just filling out how many workers that you have on the job site that day, along with the total hours. And if we have different locations in the building, such as with Lonzo the Cub or the main building, you can select different locations, as well as add individual comments. So I can add as many workers as I have on the job site that day, and it'll give you the total hours here. If you need to create a separate attachment here, you create and you can choose another one for company, such if we have, say, looking for the word here, temps. You can choose what company the temps are working from and then add them here as a separate line item if we would like. Additionally, you can add attachments to any of these files here. And then if you keep clicking create, it will create a new line for each one of those, as well as the delete tool here. It also will give you a overall of how many workers you have and the total number of hours from the combined sets here. Down below, we have delays. So if there's a delay on your project, you're able to quickly choose what kind of delay it was, such as safety event. You can again choose the building or location where it is located. If it does not have a asterisk next to it, it is not required. So more or less, you do not have to select the location. You do not have to add a comment for any of these. you would want to choose the safety event along with what time it started and what time it ended for the log. So I'm going to choose from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. There was an incident. Let's just see. Fallen pipe. Safety stand down. And that will create the individual event there. And then again, if you hit create, it will be able to choose a different one, such as material, late delivery. And create. Following down the line, we have deliveries. So you'd be able to schedule or show any of your deliveries that you got today. Visitors log. So let's say a PM is showing up on site or safety is showing up on site. You can choose who actually showed up, the time that they came, the time that they left. So let's say Aaron came from 8 to 9 o'clock today to do weekly safety visit or safety walk. I could type today. Here we go. And then let's say Aaron provided you a file for that day. You can attach the file right there. Aaron can also fill that out, this out as well, or the PM. Inspections, if you have the inspector come to the site that day, you can choose what time it started and what time it ended. So let's say from 10 a.m. to 12, we had in-wall rough inspection. Inspecting entity can just be, let's just see town inspector. And then inspector name, just so we know who's on site and if we have any problems. Again, if there's a specific location you want to choose, so these locations are built from the project itself. So if I went to the floor plan and I know that he's inspecting, the lobby today, it has an individual inspection, so we know where Joe was inspecting that day. And again, you hit create, and that creates a log of it there. If there's an inspection report, again, all these have different comments, attached files, so you're able to attach any paperwork from that inspector right there on your phone. Pretty straightforward. Accidents, this is a pretty big one here. These are accidents that you can add to the project. This, again, can be alerted to whoever it is. I'm not sure if this will alert the safety team about the accident. However, it is a record of what happened, so we can go back and see specific accidents over time. Same thing with safety violations. If you notice any safety violations, these are located in the daily log. I need to speak with safety on how they would want to use these two in tandem with their current program, but they are here in case you want to document it yourself. Again, any daily notes that you want to say. So if you want to choose a specific location in the project, such as shared office 127, let's just say wall was not closed today. You can also attach a file such as a photo. You can link it to any specific photo that you have in the albums or in our job folders here. You can also attach a file such as a drawing if you want to choose the area. So I'm going to choose this elevation drawing, and then any forms. And then lastly, it automatically fills out a weather log for you that day. So it tracks all the weather depending on your location, as well as if you have any specific weather observations that happen, such as maybe a tornado hits for some reason, you're able to observe a specific weather condition that is probably not on top of this. So such as maybe hail has stopped your work for the day. So you could easily put in hail happened for some reason. It was very cold. If there's an earthquake, fire, flash flood, there's a lot of different calamities here, as well as the average precipitation. This just creates a log for us so that we know that, hey, on this day, out of nowhere, some hail happened in this area. And lastly, emails. You can email right out of your daily log here, so that it tracks with all the emails that you sent that day. And lastly is the very bottom, whoever is responsible for filling out the daily log here will just choose I fills in their name, acknowledges this point is accurate, and you hit complete only. And there we go. We completed the daily log for today. And then what we can do is export out a PDF of that log. That gives you an overview of all these different items and creates a nice little report you can send over to the GC. We can also email out this to the GC as well. If we just hit the email button, you can send this directly to individual people. So on this list here, I'm going to pick Alec. And I believe we can also send it to the distribution team. Well, we don't have those teams on here yet, but I'm also going to send it to Aaron. Hit send there, and there we go. They should get an email right now of where this date log sent and who sent it. Lastly, what this report can do for you is if you go into calendar, it will show you your different entries here, as well as if you click on any of these, show you all your different delays, visitors, different log events that have happened over the course of the project, as well as if we go into reports, we're able to look at different reports, such as manpower report. And if we look back, let's say at the beginning of the year, choose filter, we're able to see our trend of manpower over the year, as well as any of the other reports that were listed on that table there that we are filling out information for, such as visitors, inspections, accidents. And just to show you kind of what this looks like on the phone, I'm going to transfer over to my phone app. To share my screen. All right. So as you can see, I'm in the sandbox test project here. All I would do once I'm done with the day is go to the daily log, if I could find it. And again, this is giving you the exact layout that we have. If you need to go back or change an item on a different day, you can easily tap back and forth to change what day it is, along with going to the calendar view to see the actual calendar and jump to a date. Let's say I missed Wednesday the 8th. I want to go view that one. The weather will automatically update because it's keeping a daily log of all the weather that has ever happened on the project at that time, along with manpower. So if I wanted to add the manpower here, I can choose how many workers I had that day. So let's just do 5. Any locations that I want along with hours. And again, if I want to take a photo, I can create one. Let's go back and create a safety violation. Let's say I see something on the floor or opening. I'm just going to take a quick photo of it. And once it's done, it will upload that photo there along with any notice. And then once you update it, it creates an issue in that log. And then all I'm going to do is I'm done with today's logs. I'm going to hit complete day. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sharing from my side to show that it automatically just updates over here. You can see on the 8th, I have a now completed check mark from what I just sent over. So I have those 5 people along with the safety violation and the photo. Very quick, very streamlined. It's a very fast process to create these daily logs. I know that this will be something that will be required, at least on the construction side. So getting used to it and just practicing with it is a good practice. However, not everything is obviously going to be filled out on every single log. You're not going to have visitors every day. You're not going to have inspections every day. So they can be um, not added to the daily log if that has happened. So if I go back to the 8th, I export out that PDF. You can see that that daily log for today is much, much less intense than the longer one that had all the other conditions on it. Perfect. All right, I know that was a lot. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I had a question.
Yep.
I know what when we start implementing this, and we're like say for example Nova, I know that they use Procore anyways, and we're gonna have Procore. Is our Procore gonna automatically like mesh with their
Link
Procore?
over.
Like, are they gonna automatically get our daily reports and stuff like that, or?
Not yet. So Procore is working on connecting subcontractor Procores to the GCs. For instance, right now, if I go over back to the homepage here of the Sandbox, right now, Procore only lets you connect drawings and RFIs to the GC's Procore. However, this will be extended over to submittals and daily logs and pretty much most of the tools that would have some sort of collaboration back and forth for the GC. So you're only entering it once. However, it might be just in our best interest to be able to email this over to the GC instead of going into their Procore and filling out that daily log.
Yeah, I mean, usually they only care about a head count anyways, so I don't think that's a big deal. But when you're looking at like safety observations and stuff like that, I think that should probably get somehow linked if possible. But
Yep. So that again, the more we look into this, and once the safety team comes up with the workflow of what they want to do with it, we can nail down that specific workflow and what will be expected.
okay. And my next question is if we got like the same task going on for like.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I just that just clicked on me. That's the biggest one. So if I go over to the calendar view again, and I go back to, let's say, the 15th here, there's a copy button up here that will allow you to copy from a specific date. So let's say I wanted to copy what was happening from the 8th, manpower, and it would just choose, actually, let's choose the 16th. I had manpowers. I had another visitor. So Aaron comes, every Thursday, for instance. I can copy the entries, and then it keeps copies of everything that you wanted selected. So you can see the manpower has been copied over, as well as visitors. Aaron has showed up again. You just change the times for when he comes, and then you can additionally add more stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so that way, you don't have to fill in these every single day with, that repetitive work. It's more or less you fill it out probably once at the beginning of the week, copy it over for the rest of the week, and then do small changes throughout.
Nice. Do you know when we're gonna start using this more?
Yeah, so we have a training for kind of like the timesheets, the payroll stuff coming up for internals for PMs. But I believe within like the next month, we should be rolling this out fully to the field. We just need to make sure that everyone is on the same page for, the timesheet tracking. But this, you can start to see that we are adding all the projects over to Procore right now. And the more that we, start using it and getting into it, the better. But we will start probably rolling this out in trials and periods right now. I mean, we're looking for
I
pilot
imagine.
projects as well.
I heard rumor that when we start implementing it, it's going to be for the jobs that are like brand new or just starting at that time.
Exactly.
Like jobs like mind where we're halfway through or in the middle of it, we're not gonna have to switch over, right?
I mean, no, you don't have to. I mean, if you want to start, utilizing the daily log for your own purposes here in the Novo project, Mike, you are invited to the Novo project. You can start using some of these features as well. Right now, what's not happening is any of the financial or timesheet functions, but you can still use it for, photos, drawings, daily logs. So,
Okay, yeah. I might start to try to do that then. All right. Great, thank you.
yep. Anyone else have any questions? Perfect. All right. Well, if no one else has any questions, thank you for your time, guys, and have a good day.
You too. Thank you.